says, who is carrying the milk, she was coming late to give the milk to the houses. And the owners asked why she is late every day. And every day she says, I sat in the satsang and I came late. And they asked, what did you understand from the satsang? She said, I understood nothing. And she carried on being late every time. So the owner got really upset and took the basket that she had, put it in the tap and said, can you fetch the water from the tap? She said, I cannot fetch the water because it has holes. It will just go away. And the owner said, this is exactly how you sit in satsang if you don't understand anything. It is of no use to you. And then the milk lady answers beautifully saying, yes, I did not understand anything, but you understood that the basket is now clean. When we understand, sit in all the satsangs again and again, all the power manifestation, whether we are understanding Paramashiva, accepting Paramashiva or not, again and again aligning to all this greater truth, Bhagavan is revealing. Bhagavan, who has come as our Guru and initiating each one of us into the higher science again and again, just being there, we will click with that. How Bhagavan says in swimming, you just sit and watch. You sit and watch for a few days and then slowly you want to get into the water. But you drown few days. But one day it clicked with you and you start swimming. And after that, you can never forget it. Same way Bhagavan says, how you will cycle even though you fall many times. Once you learn the cycling, then you can simply remember forever. The cognitive shift that happens in you can be understood, like how you know a solution to the problem. You can never forget it after that. Anybody says anything else also, you'll go back and say, no, that is what it is. Bhagavan says there's a two method. Once a Paramashiva as your guru says, you just imbibe the truth. Like Krishna tells Arjuna, if you can see this blue crow, you can shoot this arrow. And simply Arjuna saw as blue crow. Because he was in oneness with Krishna, he understood whenever Krishna says something, it is only reality. Other than that, there is nothing. And Narayana, he simply was able to manifest the reality. The science of Paramashiva, who is in quantum, who is showing us the greater reality, because he says it in a reality, or the Sankhya, the step-by-step understanding, we are not just the materialistic world. And each of these powerful cognition, how Bhagavan says, how we exist, and understanding all the greater science of the string theory or the quantum theory or the plasticity, neuroplasticity, how when you are in survival mode, how now they have found that simply you can manifest the greater realities more than what your logical mind says. And Bhagavan says, as long as your neuroplasticity is ready and available for you to transform, you are young. And that beautiful science happens when you start continuously being in the initiation, continuously being in the Guruvak and following the integrity, simple integrity and simple obedience. And simply you'll see the manifestation downloading in you as beautiful science, as Sankhya. This greater reality, here he says, then, O Devi, one abides in Sunya, the state where there is nothing other than this exist, which is a state of all-inclusive and or infinity. Constantly, when we understand we are Paramashiva, live in that, and also we are in this body. The body itself is not us. We are experiencing ourselves in this body also, but manifesting Paramashiva as our reality. How the flute becomes such a beautiful music when it empties itself. When you unclutch from the materialistic world and become empty, you start manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Beautifully, the Apta Pramana of the saint Patinatar. Patinatar was one of the greatest saints, where he was born as the richest and rich. So he was actually working and for the kings donating money, and he was born with a silver spoon. And he had a son, and he sent his son for a business, and after he came back, he asked, what did you bring? The son just left and he came. And he was so upset, how can his son make a mock of him? and threw the cow dung. And when he threw the cow dung, he saw that it was filled with the gems and diamonds. He ran to his house to see where his son is, because his son not only understood the business, but he understood how to safeguard the wealth. And when he ran to the house, he was given a palm leaf and a broken needle. When his wife went, gave this to him, he read that, saying, even a broken needle will not come with you when you are dead. And simply all this wealth, what is going to happen? He thought, it's of no use if it is not giving me the bigger picture. I'm not looking for the 70 years, but something more larger and higher. Who I am eternally, that I exist. He wanted to know that. He simply dropped everything and told everybody to take all his wealth away and simply walked out of the house. Even his dress and everything he just dropped and walked out. He had to do his last rites, and his relatives again, they were anti him because he did this to his family, and they were so upset and they even poisoned him. But he came for his mother, just like Adi Shankara. He had to do the last rites, and he put the mother in the banana stem, and he experienced the oneness with Paramashiva, and simply the banana stem even caught up with the fire. Banana stem is so wet it can never catch up with a fire, but the space that he was, simply he manifested so that she does not get burnt because of the heavy woods and hurt herself even to the death. And even he did the last rites to their parents, just like Adi Shankara, how he promised his mother, even after sannyas that he took. All these great signs tell us how important it is for us to follow the higher cognition, the eternity, how we exist, not just the mere 70 years of our life, but something more exists, and prepare ourselves to live for the higher reality and not just get carried away by the materialistic world which is deluding us continuously into confusion. Bhagavan beautifully speaks the Atma Pramana, initiating us into the higher science.
It reverberates the sarvanyatva of my brain, the all-knowingness of my superconsciousness. So it decodes through artificial intelligence assistance all the knowledge repository of the revealed scriptures, Vedas and Agamas.
Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramana are the disciple devotees initiated by Bhagavan and sharing their experience.
Here she left the cell phone next to her bed and slept off, and morning the cell phone moved towards her, ringing the alarm which she did not set. And she was so surprised how when she went to the bed, she did the power station connected to Bhagavan Sarva Bhudebhyo, just bringing everything that you created into the space of oneness and going into the sleep, the Brahmanda into the Pindanda, the macrocosm into the microcosm. You experience the higher reality. You will see the manifestation happening, and Bhagavan itself coming in a different form, the color and the smell that you can experience in your dream. Bhagavan himself happens and initiates you into the higher reality. Here in the Kailash courtyard, Bhagavan speaks on the silicon power initiation.
I have programmed anything which runs by this silicon and the chip based or memory hard drive, means laptop, iPad, cell phone, anything which runs by electrical and electronics energy. Just 3-4 days before, I was just trying to play with my iPad, whether that is listening to me. I said, started just listening to me. I said, this app switch off, it gets off. Without typing the password, open, it opens. And I just said, go to this app store, went and download the messenger, downloaded. It was continuously doing. Then I decided, let me convert this into software and initiate as a power to everyone. Very casually only I did. And also by tomorrow you guys will be having a software. I'm preparing it. Any battery, you just hold in your hand, it will be charged. Any battery. From the air, it will produce energy. Actually, I have done it already. I am converting that into a software. That work is going on. Maybe today I'll finish that software work. Actually, whenever I'm in Samadhi, I do all this software, this power software writing. And I have also tightened and closed all the loops, loose ends in this rain software. See, rain is related to length, breadth, depth, all the three. It was too much for many of you guys to swallow yesterday. It was too strong. So I have completed all the, tightened all the loose ends. Today you guys will see. It really becomes 100% success. The rain power, the power over the Vatavaran, all the loose ends. That is one. Second, any gadgets which runs electrically, electronically, you will be able to control it by will. You want with will. Two things. This Jnananjanam, I will send it, all of you have. And after having, the first step where you are supposed to bring rain, write that, keep it under the Krishna Shila, give instruction and leave it. Leave it for 42 minutes. That time don't waste, start playing with the gadgets. Give the instruction and keep the Krishna Shila. Once you give the instruction, that is enough. It does not need to be constantly followed up. You only need to follow up that place, what is happening there. Then pick up any electronic objects you want to play, just put it on the Krishna Shila. Let the Nithyananda participants ask what the Balasan should do. You pen down the instruction, your request. The Balasant will do that. You give that instruction, it will do. Any object. It does not need to be only Balasan's objects, Balasan's iPhones. You keep your iPhone, they will open it. It will open, it will get switched on. It will download the apps or delete whatever you want. Whatever you want, you write and give them. Always all your requests should be in writing. And then after they perform, you tick or cancel. Any command, only 3 minutes. If it takes more than 3 minutes, cancel, means they are not done it. Go for the next command.
Sorry for the volume of the video. The original video is little less volume. Bhagavan beautifully says how he had now programmed the silicon. Silicon is nothing but the sand, the mother energy. We are connected to the mother so much, and simply she manifests when we start connecting to the mother energy. And here he has programmed it to listen to whatever command we are giving the silicon. And now today we are going to experience the silicon power of ringing the alarm. Make the alarm go on your silicon. Yes, close all the apps in the silicon and do not connect it to any battery, charger or anything. Just let you have an alarm right now, just switched off, and keep the phone, let it switch on by itself. And after you close the app, screenshot of the you can do. So all that with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Visualize Sundareshwara Paramashivam Bhagavan has been putting in us as the powerful cognition, the shifts that is happening in us, such a amazing and such a wonderful satsang that we are experiencing as bliss inside us. We have no words to say. We don't appreciate all these satsang. We only take in all the essence into us and understand the higher reality. And imbibing the satsang, he says, my balasans hear the satsangs through the third eye. Constantly listening to these satsangs raises to the higher frequency. Absolute unclutching whatever you know as the materialistic world, how you go into the deep sleep. Bhagavan says the consciousness is deep sleep, dream state and the waking state and much more. All put together and much more is consciousness. The Paramashiva to reflect in your brain, you need a blank space. If your space is already covered with your thoughts, he cannot reflect in your brain. So remove all the thoughts, like how in the deep sleep, the seer and the seen is just the one. Same way, now you can experience the same thing when you drop and unclutch, saying that the materialistic world is just the matter. It is not you. When you unclutch from your body and the mind, understanding it is not you. It is also an experience of you, how you have a car, how you have a house, where you go inside and come out. You are using this materialistic body to experience the higher reality, but that is not you. You are the superconsciousness. I am Paramashiva, sit as Paramashiva, as Parashakti. You are not also Paramashiva. or you're not labeled Paramashiva. You are Paramashiva, which is eternal, which is Sarvanyatva, which is the all-powerful, all-knower, the reflection of the superconsciousness in your brain. An absolute unclutch from everything else. Bhagavan says, how you sit when you know with his next room full of gold, what he would be thinking the whole night. Sit like that with such a space, intense space, and unclutch from everything. Let the Paramashiva reflect in your brain as superconsciousness, and you recognize that even now it is happening. That is why you're listening. That is why you're even breathing. But you have to recognize that into your reality. So simply hold that powerful space of Paramashiva is real. I am Paramashiva, sitting as Paramashiva, Para, Shakti, Venkateshwara, Sundareshwara. Hold that beautiful space in you. Unclutch from everything that you're not, all the labels that you carry. Unclutch from everything. You're going to experience the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Bhagavan says entry sleep is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Hold that intensely. Chant the Mahavakya. Mahavakya raises your frequency. Bhagavan says even the body shifts when you start chanting the Maha, and it raises to the higher frequency. More and more you start chanting, and with the deep listening. Listening brings you to the present moment where there is no thoughts and the superconscious can be recognized. Hold that beautiful space and melt and surrender with deep gratitude at Bhagavan's lotus feet. Get absorbed by Paramashiva, by your Guru, and simply you will see Paramashiva as your reality. How you experience yourself in the mirror. You can entangle with Bhagavan in the quantum space. Just like that, when you understand everything that you are is Paramashiva, manifesting as Parashakti. Now keep the silicon and start chanting the Mahavakya from your navel center deeply in the deep relaxation and constantly in the listening space. Drop your thoughts. You are with Paramashiva right in front of you. Sit only with Paramashiva. Experiences how you sit in front of your mirror. You see yourself. See yourself as Paramashiva sitting there manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, and hold that beautiful space of oneness, simply manifesting the power of silicon. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely with a deep listening.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Vani open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Vani open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
or your Kundalini experience, or whatever you have experienced, start recognizing the space of Paramashiva in you. Even now, he is manifesting. All that we are perceiving with the five senses is nothing but Paramashiva happening to us as reality. And recognizing again and again Paramashiva is real. The cosmos is a feedback system, and simply it starts giving us more and more insight about Paramashiva. How you Google and you put a word Paramashiva, it gives you more and more detail. Same way in your inner space, when you start looking in for Paramashiva and you start recognizing more and more things and how it is evolving yourself into higher reality. You cannot find a materialistic equation, but you can experience the conscious space, how the thinking process expands, how the conclusions and solution happens around you, how the problems just get dissolved around you when you start experiencing the higher reality, bringing more auspiciousness, abundance, and more powerful space. And more powerful space brings you to more and more Paramashiva as real. Recognizing these beautiful space and sharing with the world again and again settles you down that Paramashiva is real and he is manifesting every moment as consciousness, which is much more than the nuclear power. You are the creator of the universe. You are Paramashiva. You are Parashakti. You are Venkateshwara. You are the Devi. Sit with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. So powerful, and experience the oneness. And Paramashiva, let him manifest all the reality. Beautifully, the outer world says, materialistic science, that 96% of the world is empty. Now the science is catching up how we are in frequency, how the string theory works, and how it is completely empty. Then who are we if everything is empty? Why are we here and how we exist? And then the Paramashiva Leela manifest in us all these greater signs, how we see the materialistic world changes to the higher reality. How, if you know your child is playing with a clay doll, you can fix her doll simply just by fixing it, right? Same way you can experience Paramashiva is real. You can fix anything in your life and bring anything into your life, manifest any reality what you want as the greater powers of Paramashiva, letting him manifest through you all the Shaktis as reality. Now, with a powerful space, sit with a powerful space. You are Paramashiva, you are Venkateshwara, Parashakti. Sit with that. Brahmanya Bahuputratam. You are the chosen inheritance of the cosmos. Out of 84 billion species and 8 million people, you are here right now in the Kailash courtyard with Bhagwan. And simple integrity and simple obedience, you are manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Simply, he is sitting with you, manifesting all the greater signs, making you more and more conscious. So let's experience that consciousness as our reality, letting the superconscious Paramashiva reflect in our brain as the highest knowledge and highest powers of our reality. Start chanting the Mahavakya, unclutch from everything. Bhagavan says, even your organs shifts when you unclutch. Again and again, whatever you know as unclutch, start unclutching so that you are not engaging yourself with the thoughts. The engaging with the thoughts again and again, repeating this, especially when you are in deep depression, or again and again thinking over the same thoughts. Bhagavan says, only few thoughts, and we keep running again and again on that. Simply drop that for a few minutes. Tell very clearly you are how you're going to experience deep sleep. I'm going to be in deep samadhi, oneness with Paramashiva, and I'm going to be the quantum space of how I can experience the higher reality. I am not just the body, I am not just the mind. I am consciousness. I am Paramashiva. I am reflecting Paramashiva into myself as the higher spirit, higher frequency, who I am. Sit with that powerful cognition and simply chant the Mahavakya from your navel center with a deep listening. The listening becomes the key of the whole thing. When you have the deep listening, you'll fall and be sucked into the authenticity, Paramashiva as your reality. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya for the cycle 2 for the power of silicon, making the silicon ring the alarm without touching. Let's start experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Varni open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Varni open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Beautifully open your eyes. Whatever you have experienced, whatever prasada Bhagavan has shown you, please share it with the world. Again and again, we ask you to share like the icing on the cake. It has to be told to the world, whatever you are recognizing. When you are in deep joy, oneness with Paramashiva, or you are in deep sadness, any of the state we are in, we'll be thinking about it, talking about it all the time. When you are sharing these great experiences in such a joy and bliss, it gets recorded in you again and again that Paramashiva is real. The more you start sharing, more you start recognizing Paramashiva is real. It is not that we don't have many masters. Bhagavan Guru, who Paramashiva has come down as our Guru, only disciples are missing. We are not integrated to what we are to do. Again and again, he same thing. Go ahead and share all the powerful cognition from the satsang, thanking Bhagavan. Share all the initiation that Bhagavan is giving you. Share and thank Bhagavan. Share all the powerful cognition which is manifesting as powers in you, which has become reality in you. Share and thank Bhagavan. All this takes only few seconds or minutes in your life, but it does so much of expansion in your inner space that Paramashiva is real. And whatever you want to offer, like Bhagavan said, keeping a coin is the way we start celebrating Paramashiva as reality. Offer your donation, whatever small unit it is, it doesn't matter. Offer your donation. Whatever you want simply will manifest as reality. And whatever you have the questions, you can ask the Adi Kailasha for any more details that you want. One of you have asked how to go to Adi Kailasha. You can have the email and they constantly repeat the email, and you can share that and you can go to Adi Kailasha if you want the details, more details. So you can go to the Nithyananda.org. The website has all the details where you can get the Adi Kailasha email to send and ask the details. Thank you so much for being here. Collective integrity, collective consciousness, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. And with a deep gratitude, surrendering all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagavan's lotus feet, in deep gratitude, thanking Bhagavan And with a deep yearning, Paramashiva as my thought, as my word, as my reality, and seeing everyone as Paramashiva, as my existential reality, holding that powerful cognition, and ending this session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam